You're telling me no one's killed a single human in 50 whole years? That can't be real. Those are the first words out of Ambassador Zerell's mandible-like jaws when he read the classified report. He traveled 3 light years to see Director Colby in person, convinced there had to be some mistake. Yet the holographic files hovering between them left no room for doubt. No one, Director Colby confirmed, tapping the projection as though daring it to contradict her. The Umbra Syndicate, known galaxy-wide for their lethal efficiency, has tried every tactic. They have a 99.8% success rate across countless species. But when it comes to humans, 0 hits, 0 success. Ambassador Zerell's segmented eyes narrowed into a disbelieving squint. His bristled exoskeleton twitched, showing both curiosity and frustration. I've seen them bring down tyrants, hive queens, psychic warlords. Yet you're saying not a single human contract has succeeded? Director Colby gave a small, knowing smile. We call it the human factor. If you'd like a sample, let me show you something from 15 years ago. She swiped a hand through the hologram, pulling up a grainy security video. It focused on a middle-aged man pushing a mop bucket across the 3rd floor of a quiet building in Redwood City, Earth territory. Niko Adams, night janitor at the Redwood Public Library, in the footage, he whistled a cheery tune while swishing the mop back and forth. Then, from the ceiling vents, the Umbra Syndicate's top enforcer, the dreaded Phantom of 7 Suns, dropped down with impeccable grace. This assassin was rumored to have centuries of experience. He was enhanced with top-grade cybernetics and specialized poisons. Nobody survived him. The janitor took one more step, then his boots slid on the wet floor. He flailed, spun his mop like a clumsy baton, and accidentally clocked the deadliest killer in the galaxy right across the face. The assassin went flying into a book cart. The cart tipped over, burying him under a cascade of romance novels with bright pink covers. The night janitor blinked at the pile, shrugged, and went back to scrubbing the floor, apparently unaware he'd just single-handedly foiled the world's most lethal operative. Ambassador Zerell stared in astonishment. That can't be serious. Oh, it's serious, Director Colby replied. And it isn't an isolated case. We got hundreds of examples. An Umbra Syndicate operative once slipped on a banana peel in a busy crosswalk, fell into a rideshare taxi, and ended up hundreds of miles away from his target. Another tried to sabotage a human's coffee, only to discover we drink it scalding hot enough to destroy whatever fancy toxin they used. The screen flipped through a montage of mishaps. Each one looked more absurd than the last. Assassins flattened by falling pianos, undone by malfunctioning drones, or taken out by random chain reactions that no probability model would predict. We have leading scientists studying the phenomenon, Director Colby continued. The most accepted theory? Humans are so chaotic that plans made against us unravel. We're basically talking probability anomalies. Ambassador Zerell slumped back, mandibles drooping. Impossible, but the data is right here. This is worse than rumor. It's fact. That's why no one wants to start a war with us, Director Colby said with a shrug. Who wants to fight a species that can't be assassinated? She flicked the hologram once more, revealing a snapshot of the Umbra Syndicate's current policy. For a human contract, they now send the target a strongly worded letter suggesting they be more careful. It's cheaper, less embarrassing, and ironically extends human lifespans because the letters include well-meaning health advice, like eat fewer fried foods or watch your step on ladders. They send them letters? Zerell repeated, voice climbing an octave. It's polite, too. Says, please keep in mind your well-being and everything, Colby teased. We're pretty sure we've seen a drop in accidents because these tips are actually useful. Who better to tell you how to stay alive than professional killers? Zerell rubbed his ridged forehead with a trembling claw. I may need a drink. You might want to watch out for Earth's alcohol, she said. It's considered a hazardous neurotoxin on half the known worlds. We humans call it happy hour. Colby stood and gestured for Zerell to follow her out of the office. The door hissed open, revealing a bustling corridor. A cleaning drone zoomed by, nearly clipping Colby's ankles, but she tripped on absolutely nothing at the last second and stumbled just out of harm's way. She didn't seem to notice. Zerell did, and took a cautious step back, as if proximity to humans might make the laws of physics start acting up. As they walked, Zerell decided he'd need to update his entire diplomatic approach. Humans weren't unstoppable warriors. They were unstoppable accidents waiting to happen, and they somehow emerged unscathed every time. Meanwhile, in a hidden facility floating above a desert moon, the Umbra Syndicate's directors convened in their weekly briefing. The head of the board, a tall, many-limbed creature with drooping antennae, slapped a digital ledger with visible frustration. Another fiasco, it snapped. We lost 3 more top operatives on a simple Earth contract. A harried junior agent scrolled through his notes. Yes, the target's cat knocked over a flower pot, which spooked a bird, which flew into a drone, which crashed into some power lines, which sparked and launched a manhole cover hundreds of feet into the air, deflecting the operative's plasma shot right back into him. The human thought the blackout was an inconvenience for their video game. They ordered pizza. Right, the director said through clenched mandibles. New policy. If someone requests a human hit, we charge double and make them watch the training videos first. All 40,000 hours. We cannot keep losing assassins to random bird flights and stray manhole covers. The agent nodded. Should I also mention the Roomba incident? A shiver passed through everyone present. No, said the director. We do not speak of the Roomba incident. That very day, in Redwood City, Niko Adams, yes, the same janitor from the library fiasco, sat at home, savoring a bowl of cereal. He stared at a letter pinned to his fridge, typed out in formal script. Dear Mr. Adams, we hope this note finds you well. Please consider wearing slip-resistant footwear at your workplace to reduce fall hazards. Also, keep an eye on your vitamin D intake. Sincerely, the Umbra Syndicate. He chuckled. These folks sure care about my health, he murmured, finishing the cereal without a clue that some assassin halfway across the galaxy had just stepped on a roller skate and tumbled into an open airlock. 6 months after Director Colby first briefed Zerell, the Galactic Council called an emergency session to discuss the human problem. That was the official label now. The problem being that they had no idea how to integrate a species with near untouchable luck in a normal galactic society. Zerell had never seen such chaos in the council chamber. Delegates from star systems that never agreed on anything all demanded solutions. The Supreme Overseer, a spherical being who could manipulate gravity with a hammer-like gavel, finally calmed them. All right. We're here to talk about humans and the probability disasters they cause. A crystalline representative shimmered forward. Our best mathematicians keep having mental breakdowns trying to chart human behavior. One now believes he's a toaster. Another claims to be a cosmic waffle iron. This is out of control. Zerell shifted uncomfortably, remembering all he'd learned from Director Colby. But before anyone else could speak, a new voice echoed from the back. Director Colby herself strolled into the council, sipping from a large to-go cup. Every alien present winced. Human beverages were sometimes toxic enough to knock out lesser species. This is a closed session. The Supreme Overseer boomed. Colby shrugged. I got lost, found a little hatch behind the snack machine, walked around, and here I am. Doesn't that happen to everyone? A stunned hush fell. The council security was supposed to be airtight, but a human had wandered in by accident. So on brand. She took another sip. Let's talk about what's really scaring you. You think humans will break your systems because we move through the universe like drunken chaos machines. A Xenui representative rattled. Just last month, a human tourist in our probability gardens fell across 17 improbable thresholds and solved a centuries-old mathematical riddle by scribbling on a pizza box. They were calculating a tip, an aide cried. It ended up advancing an entire field of quantum theory by decades. Colby tried not to grin. So, a random human is basically more efficient than your greatest mathematicians. Yeah, I get how that'd rattle you. The chamber erupted in angry murmurs. They ruin our sports, they sabotage our technology, they rewire entire systems just by tripping over them. All we do is live, Colby replied. We do clumsy stuff like slip in hallways or burn our tongues on coffee. The more you plan against us, the more your plan spontaneously backfires. She paused for emphasis. And ironically, you're not mad because we're violent. You're mad because we survive everything. You can't push us around. and that's not how you're used to doing business. The council was losing it. The supreme overseer's gavel hammered down so hard that the air rippled. Then alarms blared. Something about quantum meltdown or catastrophic reality failure. Everyone panicked. Colby calmly placed her drink on the overseer's control panel, flipping a switch. "There," she said, voice as casual as if she were flipping a light switch at home. "I just shut it off and on again." The red alert sirens died instantly. Status screens returned to normal. The meltdown was apparently canceled. That's not how quantum reactors work," squeaked an incredulous council member. "Seems to have worked now." She picked up her drink again. "Anyway, I'd love to chat, but I've got a coffee craving to satisfy. You folks have fun with your meltdown, or whatever." And just like that, she was gone. The council delegates were left gaping at each other. Zerell eventually slumped in his seat. "I guess we reevaluate all our protocols." While the council reeled, the Umbra Syndicate made a surprising pivot. Instead of taking human contracts, they started a subscription service, the Umbra Life Advisory Program. For a modest fee, any human could get monthly tips on avoiding accidents. Their top assassins turned safety experts churned out guidelines about wearing seatbelts, eating healthier, and moving that extension cord off the floor. Revenue tripled. Syndicate board members could hardly believe it. Their junior agent marveled. "We make more money telling humans how not to die than we ever did from hits." "Let's expand," the director suggested. "What about life insurance?" So they did. And one day, Niko Adams found a fresh envelope in his mailbox. "We are pleased to offer you Umbra Syndicate dental coverage." He filled it out carefully, handwriting so neat it accidentally solved a minor gravitational puzzle 3 star systems away. The letter got mailed back, and in the process, a cosmic ray that would have struck Redwood City instead fizzled out in orbit, deflected by the improbable lux swirling around him. In cosmic research labs, exasperated scientists tried measuring human probability fields. They locked volunteers in lethal obstacle courses. The results were the same every time. Improbable outcomes that somehow kept the human alive. Laser traps shorted out, or the test subject unknowingly found the one safe path by chasing a stray coin. It was consistent chaos. These experiments confirm humans are basically probability sponges, Dr. Rena Barnes, Earth's top specialist in this bizarre field, told an auditorium of alien researchers. "We stumble through life so randomly that the universe can't keep up. Your neat predictions get undone by us casually deciding to pick up a donut or step left instead of right." One professor with tentacles for arms pounded a table. "We have data going back centuries. The universe is predictable, just extremely large. How can you break it? Maybe your data was incomplete." Dr. Barnes replied with a polite shrug. "We didn't break the laws of physics. We just revealed your laws were never as stable as you thought. And once you see the cracks, you can't unsee them." During a demonstration, alarms blared. Another meltdown scenario triggered by someone microwaving a snack at just the wrong frequency. Dr. Barnes glanced at the clock and calmly typed a safety override command. In Redwood City, Niko Adams was finishing his lunch. The meltdown dissipated, neatly resolved by a human lunch schedule fail-safe. The alien stared, jaws slack. Barnes just said, "We realized it was simpler to sync our entire system with Niko's routine. That way, we avoid meltdown while he avoids cold lasagna." As more and more improbable stories circulated, the galaxy grudgingly adapted. Alien universities added human factors to their math courses. Diplomatic missions learned never to give humans complicated instructions. Someone would trip over them. Meanwhile, vending machines kept achieving sentience from random interactions with curious Earth tourists. One machine even started teaching philosophy in a star academy, delivering existential monologues about humans being cosmic chaos engines. Students bought more snacks than ever. Back in Redwood City, Niko had no idea the extent of his cosmic influence. He was just a friendly guy, grateful for the letters encouraging him to use caution signs and to keep his fridge at the right temperature. He pinned them up, took them to heart, and unwittingly averted cosmic catastrophes. Meanwhile, Director Colby gave her umpteenth orientation to alien newcomers. They asked worried questions like, "How do we predict humans in negotiations?" She answered plainly, "You don't. Accept the weirdness. Embrace it. or stand back and let them solve centuries-old equations while messing with your coffee machine. That day, Niko decided to reorganize the library shelves. The Umbra Syndicate had sent him a note. Please be sure to properly alphabetize everything. He shrugged, sorted the shelves thoroughly, and once again avoided an interdimensional rift that would have formed if he'd misplaced a single book. His neat arrangement also prevented a sabotage attempt from misguided syndicate splinter group. They never got near him. One stepped on a squeaky toy left by a child, lost balance, and toppled into a forklift that ironically drove them straight to a police station. And so the galaxy continued spinning in this new normal. Humans existed at the center of improbable happenings, yet they carried on making coffee, sorting files, stumbling into solutions, and whistling tunes that just happened to align with cosmic frequencies. Every now and then, an alien scientist would have a meltdown about the fundamental laws of reality, or an Umbra agent would reevaluate their career path after slipping on a random object in a human's home. But mostly, people got used to it. Some said the universe itself was alive and facepalming. Others believed humans were cosmic jesters meant to keep existence interesting. Niko Adams just hummed a little melody while he swept floors, pinned up the latest safety tips next to his Garfield comic strip, and lived his unremarkable, but improbably safe life. All the while, an entire galaxy watched with hushed disbelief, collectively deciding that maybe, just maybe, messing with humans wasn't worth the headache. That was probably the best choice they ever made.